All right, good morning, class. We are going to go over our 7.3 from yesterday and look at the back of 7.3 and then look a little bit and see what's in store for us for lesson 4. So your work yesterday was to tell the time and write it in the in the digital clock. So as we look at our analog clock here, we see that our hour hand, remember that hour hand is the shorthand, is pointing at 11, and we always write the hour first, just like it says here. And as we see here, our minute hand is straight up, so we're going to put 0, 0. Over here, our hour is pointing at 1, and we're still straight up, so we're going to say 0, 0. This is 1 o'clock, and this is 11 o'clock. Down here, it says to draw the hour hand on the clock and show the time. So I did one for you and showed you 6 o'clock. Now let's look at this. This says 9 o'clock. So all I need to do is draw my hour hand pointing at the 9. You do not have to put the little arrow on there. You can just draw your arrow hand, but please make sure it's pointing at the 9, and it should not touch the 9. It should just point at the 9. This digital clock says 8 o'clock. So here's my 8. So I'm just going to draw this pointing at my 8 like that. There's my 8 o'clock. This says 7 o'clock, so I'm going to find my 7 and point my hour hand at the 7, showing 7 o'clock. This says 4 o'clock, so I'm going to draw my hour hand going this way, pointing at the 4 to show 4 o'clock. Right here, there's a 3 with 0, 0, and they've got the minutes up there, so all I need to do is show 3 o'clock. Very good. Now, on the back of here, they have a clock. And if we were at school, we would be making this. We would be writing our numbers in, and we would be writing a time down here. It says to choose an hour time. It says up here to fill in the numbers on the clock. So this is important because it's very important to know what numbers go where on a clock. So the most important thing is that we always have a 12 on the top. And the clock, the second most important thing is to know that the clock always goes this way, which we call clockwise. So after 12 will be 1 o'clock. Now, I'm not going to turn this like this to write my 2. I'm going to keep this standing up like this, and I'm just going to write my 2 in the circle just like this. And then I'm going to write my 3 in the circle just like this, my 4 just like this. So I'm not turning my clock and writing my numbers upside down. I'm just writing them normally and straight. Here's 5. 6 is always going to be on the bottom. We will always have 12 up here. We will always have 6 down here. 7 will follow. 8 will follow. 9 will follow. 10 will follow. And 11. This is how I write my numbers on the clock. So we start with 12, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And instead of writing my numbers sideways and turning this and writing my number like this so that they look all crazy when it's standing up like that, I write them like this. So I'm just going to pretend like there's the ground there, and these are just standing on the ground like that. So when you have an opportunity to make a clock, maybe you might have an opportunity to make one at home. Parents, you could just draw a circle and copy this picture and draw circles on there if you wanted to practice that with your child and have them make one at home. What I would do is cut this out, and then we would glue this onto a paper plate, giving us a clock, and then I would put a brad here and cut out some little arrows that are on another page, and they would be able to move the arrows around like the clock that I have at school. It says to choose an hour time and to draw the hands to show the time and write the time. So I'm just going to choose an hour, and I think I'm going to choose 8 o'clock. So for 8 o'clock, I'm going to have my hour hand pointing at the 8. And then since it's 8 o'clock, I'm going to have this going up to the 12. This hand is a little longer and goes almost all the way to the 12, but it doesn't touch it. This hand is a little shorter. I want my hour hand to be a little shorter and this one to be a little longer. And then I can write my time like this, 8 o'clock. Just like that. All right, so there you go. You can check your work, what you did yesterday, and you can see how you did. And then you can, if you haven't done it yet, you can do the Think Central 7.1 and 7.2 and 7.3. I think I added that one in yesterday, and I will wait till tomorrow to add in 7.4. So that will give some of you slower responders another day to turn that assignment in. Please make sure you mark as done the slideshow, because all of the activities that are included in the slideshow count as activities. They're all 100-point activities, and you get the points when you submit the slideshow. So please make sure you click the button that says mark as done. All right, thank you so much and have a great day.